If you keep an aquarium and a quiet room, you know the frustration of a filter that vibrates and buzzes like a lawnmower against the glass. While it sounds like a total mechanical failure, many of these noises originate from specific physical misalignments that can be corrected through manual intervention. To perform this diagnosis, gather 3 items: a clean towel, a bowl of old aquarium water, and a small amount of pure petroleum jelly. Before any physical inspection begins, disconnect the filter from all electrical power. Once you understand the internal anatomy of this device, you turn a noisy mystery into a mechanical system you can completely control. Step 1 is checking the fluid flow. The most common cause of noise is a restricted flow rate. This often happens when the internal sponges become heavily clogged with debris. A clogged sponge chokes the intake. This forces the motor to strain against a vacuum, creating a harsh, gurgling sound as the motor cavitates. Remove the sponge media and squeeze the trapped detritus out into your bowl of old aquarium water. Do not wash your filter media under a tap water faucet. Tap water contains chlorine. Exposure to chlorine instantly kills the beneficial bacteria that process toxic fish waste and keep your tank's ecosystem alive. Cleaning the sponge with old tank water preserves that fragile biological ecosystem while restoring the hydraulic balance of the motor, which eliminates the suction strain. With the flow restored, we address the second major culprit hidden deep inside the motor housing, the impeller assembly. Disconnect the hard plastic intake tube to reveal the motor housing, then gently pull the impeller mechanism out. The impeller consists of plastic propeller blades attached to a heavy magnetic cylinder, rotating on a thin metal shaft stabilized by rubber grommets. A loud rattle occurs when this magnetic cylinder spins off axis, repeatedly striking the walls of the motor housing. Clean the shaft and verify that the tiny rubber end caps are seated perfectly. These caps are the only components keeping the spinning magnet aligned. When you reinsert the impeller, it should magnetically snap back into a perfectly straight, centered position within the well. The motor relies on frictionless, balanced magnetic suspension. Even a millimeter of misalignment destroys that silence. Even after the impeller is aligned, a persistent, low-frequency grinding hum can remain. Over years of spinning, the smooth, microscopic surface of the magnetic cylinder wears down, creating direct friction against the plastic motor wall. Extract the impeller one last time and apply a microscopic coat of pure petroleum jelly around the exterior of the magnetic cylinder. Avoid over-lubricating. Thick globs of grease act as a magnet for grit and sand, leading to worse grinding issues in the future. We also have to address external noise. The hard plastic casing of the filter acts as an acoustic amplifier when it rests directly against the glass aquarium wall. Wedge a small dampening material, like a rubber fitment or a piece of dense sponge, between the bottom of the filter casing and the exterior glass. True silence requires a two-front approach, eliminating internal mechanical friction while simultaneously deadening external structural resonance. Before returning power to the unit, you must perform the priming process. Manually fill the back chamber of the filter with a cup of water so the motor does not start empty. An impeller spinning thousands of times a minute in a dry chamber will suffer immediate damage. The water acts as a natural lubricant for the spinning assembly. Plug the device back in and top off the main aquarium water level to meet the filter's output lip. This kills the splashing waterfall noise. The machine is now moving massive volumes of water, but the room is bathed in complete silence. Making these mechanical checks part of a monthly routine helps maintain the aquarium's chemical stability while preserving the quiet of the surrounding room.